Hello everyone, and welcome back. Alright, well the lock we have here is Trekmaster30's Community Lock 2.0. This is going to be my second time picking this lock too. I picked it, I picked it last night, and well, I was reading the instructions and I kind of hung it over the camera a little bit in the front and could see the bottom couple addresses that were on it. Noticed it when I reviewed it before I went to upload it. Seeing that, I was kind of upset with myself. I had to ace that video. But we're going to try to do it again. I'll read the instructions. This time I'll read them behind the camera. Alright, it says, welcome to the Community Lock 2.0. This is a fun community-based challenge lock that will be sent around to several different lock pickers that have YouTube channels. There are 5 total rules on this lock and they are listed below. Number 1, you must pick and gut the lock on camera before and after you modify it. Number 2, you must pick a chamber and modify the entire pin stack for that chamber. You cannot reuse the original key pin. Number 3, you may modify the plug or Bible however you see fit for that chamber only. Number 4, you must make the corresponding cut on the key for that chamber you modify. You cannot reuse the original key pin depth. Number 5, you need to ship the lock to the next picker on the list. And those are pretty much the addresses I gave away. But I'll let you know who I'll be sending it to next when I come back and pin up my chamber and I pick it again. But as long as you push the key in pretty tight, it works pretty good. If you don't, it'll hang up sometimes pretty good on you. But if you notice, that is the bitting on the key, so it's already got a pretty serious bitting. So, see if we get it open again, and I'll show you what they put inside of it so far. I'm going to use this tension wrench top of the keyway because, well, that first pin is very hard to get at if I use the other tension wrenches. Alright, let's see. Number 1 is the first one, binding. Okay. I think we're on either 4 or 5. Okay, a little click from that one. That might have been 4 that time. Oh, there's 3. It's a little click from 2, but I think that was an overset, possibly. Trying to be somewhat quiet. My grandson's right in the other room. Okay, I got a couple clicks there from 3 and 2. Got a little turn on the core. Got some counter right here in 2. Okay, and we lost that false set again. Back in there. I think I actually overset something. Let me back this off a little bit. Okay. Check these pins again. Okay, one I think dropped. I think that was a 4 again. Couple clicks from him. I got a little turn back on that core. I think that was on 4, a little bit on 3. Okay, 2. We're getting somewhere now, maybe. There's a big click off of either 4 or 5. Okay, I got a little more turn off of, maybe that was 4. Okay, and I think we're open off of 2. Alright, so we got it open again. I will show you what they had already done in this lock. Well, it started with Trekmaster, so he pinned up one chamber first before he sent it out to Potty 314. Excuse me. Then he pinned up his chamber, and then he sent it to Bronx Lock Picker 60. He pinned his, and then, well, he sent it to me. And now it is my turn. Let me zoom this out. Move this a little bit. Alrighty. I'm going to shim it. Alrighty, let's see what we got, guys. All the pins are in there. They're all working, and they're all way below the shear line. Alright. Okay, pin 1 is going to be a standard. Pin 2 is Bronx Lock Picker 60. And he has a double spool. 3 is a standard. 4 is Trekmaster30. He has a really awesome looking key pin. It's kind of like a spool, serrated, a little bit of everything on there. It's got a nice serrated on the bottom, and then a spool with a little bit of action in the middle of there. Alright, 5 is a standard, and 6 is Potty 314. And he has a spool kind of tapered there. Pretty sharp edge on the top. And what they did here to the core, well, Potty, he threaded his. And, well, if you could see that, Trekmaster, he put some nice undercutting on his, and so did Bronx Lock Picker 60. They both undercut their chambers. Some deep undercutting, too. Both of them. Okay, and up here, I think I'm going to start with number 6 so we don't go down that hole. So we're starting with number 6. We're starting with Potty's pin, Potty 314. And we have a very nice serrated T-pin. And this spring here, it was replaced by Bronx Lock Picker 60. And it's kind of like too big still for the chamber here. I guess he said the one that Potty put in there was way too long and he had trouble with it. Now this one here is too wide, so when I pushed it down, you're not getting much action. It's kind of like staying in the chamber because it's a little too wide, and when I was putting back that key pin, I was almost wanting to get jammed up in that spring. So I think I'm going to end up replacing this spring again, because you can see it's actually stuck in there because it's a little too big. Oh, it just went, oh, here it is. It's on my sleeve. I'm not sure I'm going to put that spring back in there. It's a little, excuse me, a little bit too big. Again, we have a standard in 5. Copper spring, the original. Oh, and we have a pin and pin here, but it is also a spooled pin and pin with a nice sharp edge on the bottom. I'll show you that. That's Trekmaster30's. Very awesome pin. I'm having trouble with his spring too. There it is. Copper spring for his. Alright. Next one is going to be another standard. Another copper spring, and then we have Trekmaster30 pin, which is a kind of a wedding cake type of T-pin. So I get his spring out. And he has a loosely wound, excuse me, steel spring. And then number one is just another standard. And I don't believe, let me check one more time. Yeah, nobody has done nothing up here in the Bible yet. Unless, let me see. Nope, I don't see nothing done. Nope. Alright, let me give you a peek at what they did so far. Alright, well, besides the standards, I'll just basically show you what they did. Trekmaster30, he has a double spool here. And, yeah, let me actually see if I can get it to focus on that stuff. He has a double spool here in his key pin, and he has a wedding cake type of T-pin in his driver. Trekmaster30 has this really awesome serrated on the bottom, and then he's got a nice spool here with some more serrations in there, a little serration at the top of that, very fine serration at the very top of that T-pin there. And then we have a pin and pin here with, and that is actually a pin and pin making a spool out of the collar too. And then Potty314, he has a nice nice spool here, but it's kind of tapered. And then up here he has a very nicely serrated T-pin on the top. You can see those serrations, nice and sharp serrations. And then Potty314, I'm probably going to be replacing that spring. We have a copper spring in Trekmasters, and we have a steel loosely wound spring in Trekmaster30s. But yeah, I will get my chamber pinned up. I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick yet. I will cut the key to my chamber, and yeah, I'll come back and I'll pick it again, guys, and well, I'll let you know who I'm going to be sending it to. But yeah, okay, well, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, comment below, and yeah, everybody, please be safe and stay legal. Thanks, guys. Bye.